Hello, everybody. I'm Marisa Humphrey. I'm the founder and CEO of LifeWeaver. Super excited to have everyone on today. Just want to check and make sure that we are live. To my left here, I have my husband, Jeff. Just going to introduce him really quick. He's my partner in crime. And here's another partner in crime, Holly.
Hey, everybody.
So they're here with me. Going to make sure I don't go too fast or get too excited, freak anybody out. I think we ready to go? Anybody? Can you see if can you tell if we're live? I just want to make sure that we're up and we're going. Okay. So LifeWeaver is the first of its kind in this technology. So this is brand new technology that has not been developed before. So I'm going to tell you where it came from. So about 13 years ago, my family went through a little bit of a crisis. We had two sweet friends who were very close to us that were killed. And so during that time, we were messaging a lot and texting a lot. And there was just a lot of things that I didn't want to forget. And I kept thinking, I don't have time to write in my journal. I don't have time to keep a record of this, but this is a very important time in my life. I don't want to forget the spiritual experiences, the life experiences. I didn't want to forget any of it. And I didn't have time to write my journal. It was crazy. So I went in and I manually pulled records of those chats, like off of WhatsApp and off of iMessage on an iPhone. And I made PDFs. Back then they weren't encrypted. And so I was able to pull those down off of my phone so that I could have them. And I literally thought in that moment, someday I've got to create something where we can go back in and get all of this in a journal life history format, because it was so important to me. And I in my mind then I was like, I'm going to do that someday. And so then a year later, my son had a traumatic brain injury, and that guy scared us very bad. He was in a coma. He didn't know who he was. He thought he was living in The Walking Dead. I mean, it was terrible. He had to learn how to walk and take care of himself, all the things again. He's like a living miracle. He actually works with us. Shout out to Jackson Humphrey. He's a miracle. He's a walking miracle. But one thing that really helped him was having his digital memories, like his digital footprint. So he would look at pictures and he would remember people. He would look at, back then, Vines were a big thing. Hi, good morning from Colorado. Nice to see you. Vines were a big thing. And so he would look at those and he'd remember what his sense of humor was. And the videos and pictures and all of that was very important to him for remembering who he was and what his personality was like, because he really didn't remember. So that was like another seed in the LifeWeaver, for this LifeWeaver plan. So then over the years, I have a thread with my sisters. I have 4 sisters, no brothers, and my mom, my aunt, all my female cousins, their daughters, my sister's daughters. And anyway, there's just all these women that I absolutely love on this WhatsApp thread. And we send everything. And I know a lot of people are the same, like, a baby would start walking, or, later on, like this is Jackson. He ran cross country. This was his time. I would share all of those things with my sisters. And so over the years, I just kept thinking, got to make a journal out of this. Somehow, all of this information is so important, because when we finally hooked up my phone to LifeWeaver, like we got the capability, I was able to tell that I had over 1.2 million text messages on my phone. I have 60,000 photos and 10,000 videos. And my children are all grown up. They're out of the house now, but that is the story in there, in this brick right here, is the story of raising my kids. Like, I was so involved in it then. I was taking pictures and all of that, but I didn't write down anywhere like the things that I sent my mom. Like, I felt so happy today because X or Y or Z, the reasons behind why I was taking those pictures. So those are in my phone. So, and this is kind of a long story, but a year ago, was it a year ago? Well, anyway, I got Lyme disease. So I've always been a serial entrepreneur, a workaholic, on my computer all the time. I got Lyme disease. And so I couldn't do anything. So then I'm just like on the couch right over there, like a grease smear on the couch, so sick. And so I just kept reading on X, and I was reading all about AI. And one day it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, LifeWeaver is possible now. Like, I can create that technology. And within 48 hours, I had incorporated, I had hired a team of programmers. I had my CTO. I had, like, it was just like going from 0 to 100. And we have been working on this since March 1st of this year. So by the time RootsTech comes, we will be 1 year and like 5 days old when we go to RootsTech. So very excited. So we do have, if you were to go to our URL to LifeWeaver, and I think Aaron's going to put that up there, the URL, you can see our website. And we are right now in beta testing. The part that we have available right now, and everybody can just do it for free right now. We're not charging because whoever uses it is basically, they're doing us a favor because they're showing us bugs. I mean, like, before you put out big software, you have to have a lot of testing done. So if you want to try it for free, please be my guest. And so what works with that portion right now, if you were to sign up, it's an app on your phone, is if you were to weave the present. So I'm saying, like, if LifeWeaver works as a daily journal. So there's something in it called the daily drop, where you just go in there and you don't have to, but you can talk to your phone, you can text your phone, you can record something to just tell them like what you felt about the day, like a journal entry. And you don't have to either. But after you do that, then it goes and looks at your pictures and your text messages and your WhatsApp messages and your emails. And we're bringing in your calendar, all of the things. Thank you so much, Aileen Co 226. I wish I could see your name, but thank you. Very excited. So it can go in there and get all that information, and it can stitch together your journal entry for that current day. So you can add to it if you want, or you can just weave that day. And that's the present. That's like in the first person, like, today I did this. Today, Jeff and I did this, whatever. So that's the first person. So I'm going to show you some of that now. And I'm actually going to show you in a demo account because I want to show you the other features that we're working on right now that are called Weave the Past. So Weave the Future, Weave the Now is working. I mean, it has a few bugs, I'm sure still. Every day we think this is the last bug, but then there's always a new one. I mean, it is what it is. But I want to show you Weave the Past, where you can go in and you can get out 18 years of your past off of your phone. So I'm going to share my computer. Let's see. Is this it? Present. I see a present. Share screen. I'm just going to share this whole screen. This could be dangerous, but we told our kids.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, right? I wanted to show you first. Where's the PDF, honey? Right here. Okay, so look at, these are my babies right there. Kennedy, Harrison, and Jackson. This is the guy with the TBI. So he is one of the reasons that we are making LifeWeaver. Here he is right there, and he's all good. It's crazy. He's okay. So
I'm there too.
Yes, honey, you are there too.
Yeah,
You're very sweet.
Thanks.
You're great. Okay, so right here, so what do we actually weave? I want to go over this really quickly before I show you the rest. We take your text, emails, photos, videos. It looks for patterns in what you do. So this is not a feature currently, but by the time we get to RootsTech, like in 2.5 months, a lot of these things will be released where it looks for patterns so that it can identify, like it'll say, hey, last Thanksgiving, you went to Bert's Pumpkin Patch. The year before that, you went to Bert's Pumpkin Patch. You went again this year. Is that a family tradition you might have? So they can help you look for patterns in your everyday life so that it can document those, so that when your babies or their babies go to Bert's Pumpkin Patch, it becomes a generational tradition. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, calendar and your memories, things that you might note down. So it takes all of those together and it weaves them. So this is what I was talking about earlier with the daily drop, and I'm going to go in and show you what the rest of this does. But our LifeWeaver is not like just a regular journaling app. It helps you. It's for really busy people, right? Who didn't have time in the last, because iPhones came out like 18 years ago, right? Around that, something like that.
Somewhere 15.
Like I really didn't, after that happened, I really never wrote in my journal. So anyway, let's go in to here. Okay. So I'm going to take you from the top, and this, just keep in mind that this is the demo version. So,
And what they would see on their phone.
yeah, this is what you would see on your phone. Okay. So fairly easy, right? You just sign up. I'm going to breeze through some of this. We have a really great privacy policy because that's a big deal, right? If you're sharing your history, you're going to want to know that you can trust the people that have your data, right? And that it is encrypted, it's private, it's stored on secure HIPAA compliant servers. We use Amazon Web Services. So they spend billions and billions of dollars a year to keep them safe, right? To keep the data safe. And so it's not like Jeff and I just have this stored on a computer in our basement. Okay. We spent big money, a lot of really great technology to keep this very safe. But anyway, it goes through our privacy policy, and there's my sweet baby when he was in the hospital, and why mental health is so important to us. And speaking of that, LifeWeaver is not just a journaling app. It's not just a life history app, because once you have all of these patterns that we can see in your life after you've woven the past for 18 years, there's going to be a lot of, like if you had blind spots, or how you can improve your relationships. Anyway, so we're going to help you in the future understand how your past can help you better serve your future. So this is very important, because I don't know if you guys have ever heard of epigenetics, but it's about science, and it's showing how there's a connection between the brain and the body, and that reflection and understanding why you do things, it improves mental health. So we really are big on mental health here. So that's why, because remembering has power. In fact, Jeff's dad was telling us the other day about how research they have done to talk about elderly people who are, fighting with dementia or whatever, having them go back and read about their lives and the things that they did helps like cement them and helps them keep present with who they are, what they, what they have built in their life, and what the people that they are. Okay, I'm switching back over to see if I need to be answering any questions. I don't know, maybe you can monitor.
Yeah, more.
Okay. All right, so that's why the what, we've already talked about it, is that you weave it all together. And now is the how. So let's talk about it. So we can't just go on your phone and snag all of your messages. If you have a Android, it's easier. We can actually get the messages right off of your phone. But on an iPhone, we really can't, because it goes against Apple's terms of service. So what we have to do is I don't know if any of you use an iPhone with a Mac, where you hook up the texting capabilities so that you can text from your Mac. Like I do that every day. So I'm not just sending text messages off my phone. I can send them off my computer, and they're all in sync. And what that does is it makes a copy of all my text messages and stores them on my computer. So that's why it's asking, like, how do we do this? How do we get 1.2 million text messages off your phone and somewhere safe where AI can go through them and pick out the important parts? Well, you have to have a computer. If you have an iPhone, you have to either have a Mac or a PC to be able to get the text messages. So I'm going to say I have a Mac here. So then what it's going to say is there's another app that we use that's called WeaveSync. It's WeaveSync by LifeWeaver. And what that does is you install it here and it updates, it uploads your messages securely, very securely to the LifeWeaver servers so that we can have access to them. So you set up WeaveSync and then you log in, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Am I going too fast? No.
You're perfect.
Thank you, honey. So it's going to ask, how often do you plan to update your Weave? Okay, well, I'm going to be very ambitious and do it. Write my journal every day. Okay, then this is asking, hey, what matters to you the most, right? So I'm going to pick a few. Family, I do love them. How about humor?
Mhm.
Jeffrey's very funny. We value humor. And what else in this family?
Well, all of them, I'm sure.
All of them. Like, I'm just going to do all of them. Okay. And then you can talk about, well, I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or whatever, you might want to keep them out.
So yeah, this is pretty big. So the things that you don't want in there, you have the choice of making sure it's not in there.
Right.
In your journal, like whatever, your addictions or marital problems or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to include all that.
Yeah. Substances or behaviors. So that like when you're writing your journal, you might not want your posterity to see that stuff, you know, when you're gone. Now, can I divert and tell them down the road what will happen or no?
Let's just go with what we have.
Just go with what we have. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go with what you have. So you can keep this out. Okay. Down the road, you'll be able to keep it in for after you're gone, but only after you're gone, you'll be able to specify. Okay. But Jeff, you didn't hear me say that. All right. Then here, what were you going to say?
No, that was good.
Keep your Weave meaningful, not muted. So do you want to, you know, keep in your journal the thousands of times, love you, like we're on a plane, taking off, love you, landing, love you, landed. You know what I mean? Like, do you want all those in or do you not? Do you just want only the story of your life or do you want all of these little things, gratitude, faith, meaningful moments, etc. So, and it will learn, AI is smart. It will learn more as you go along. So then you connect your data sources. So photo gallery, right? 60,000 photos. We got to upload those. Are you monitoring?
I am.
Okay. So if there's any questions, you can tell me because I can't see because I'm just on here talking to my computer. All right. WhatsApp. So you have to connect your WhatsApp. And it will give you a code, et cetera. We're not even going to go through this, but it'll give you a code so you can connect your WhatsApp messages, iMessages, or if you're on an Android, it will connect those. And then you can tell it to start prepping my Weave. So the first time you sign up, we weave your story from the previous day. Just because the current day is still going on, like it's not finished. What if you sign up at 10 o'clock in the morning and then it tries to write your journal entry for that day? That's not going to work. So we weave the previous day. So you could say something like, whatever, like yesterday was what? Sunday. Didn't do much, went to church, came home, you know, hung out. Oh, my daughter Kennedy came home last night. So you would say all that. So you could record your voice or you could write it or you could dictate it. You could add a photo, whatever. And then you'd click on Weave yesterday's story. So what it does, Loom Sifter, these are just fun names that we came up with. What it does is it removes duplicates and throwaway photos, transcribes voice notes so that you can have that text. And it detects patterns and emotions in your words. So you can not show that again next time when you come by. But anyway, what it will do is it will process all the data from yesterday. And it will take a little bit longer than this because you are processing a ton of data. Every time you weave a day, it will process a ton of data. So then it will say, hey, I don't know what this is. And so, or else it'll bring up pictures also that you can say
from that day.
Do you want to add this to your thread? Or do you need to edit? Like, what if that wasn't Halloween and I said dresses as, I don't know, for Christmas, whatever. Like if you can change it. Okay. Anyway, and then, or you can just keep the picture without adding it to your story yet? Or how about this? How about when you open your phone and you go into the photo gallery and there are a bajillion pictures that mean nothing to you, they mean nothing to your kids, they are, anyway. Why I did this is because I want to clean out my phone. If I am weaving yesterday, I want to make sure that I don't have any photos left from yesterday that were just like Jeff texting me, telling me to get bread at the store, and there's a picture of the type of bread I'm supposed to get. Like, that is one of the biggest complaints that when I'm talking to people, they're like, oh yeah, my timeline is just terrible. Okay, so anyway, so you could move to delete folder, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then you click on continue, and what it's going to do is it's going, if a new face, because the AI recognizes people's faces too, right? Because if you're writing stories about them, we need to know who is in those pictures. Like, is it your son? Is it your daughter? Is it somebody new? So if it's someone new, you would tap on the name and you would add them to your cast of characters. So we have our people, they're called your cast of characters for your life, because these are all the important people in your life. So you would add them and you would name them. And then you'd said, done, let's weave. And it would, and this is just, I mean, this is just something fun that the AI wrote. It's not even really a day thread, but you can see what it will do. It will add pictures, and this doesn't have pictures in it, but it will create your day thread. And then what you can do is, am I going too fast?
Yeah, I was going to just say slow down.
Slow down. Okay, I'm slowing down. Put on the brakes. So after you generate your first day thread, this was for yesterday, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that something happened. You can add more in, and it will add to it. So you can record your voice, just type, add more photos. That's if you want to add to today's weave. Or if you want to go to the bottom, you can say, you know what, I really want this shorter, and I would like do a higher level overview, just a summary, right? You know, because maybe you don't want to know who said what or whatever. Maybe you just want a summary, and then you can regenerate your day thread.
And that's what AI does.
AI does that.
AI does it. It can rewrite. It will rewrite it. And if you don't like the way it rewrote it, you do it again. And get a different version. And
Jeff's actually in the room in there rewriting all that stuff for you.
Yeah.
AI is doing it. We never see your stuff. We have zero.
Zero interest, first of all.
Zero interest and zero capability of seeing anything you upload. There is, we can't. Okay. So then we're going to go back to our dashboard. Okay. So here these are called day threads. Your daily journal are called a day thread. All right. So, maybe you are up in the mountains and you are having a great time, but you don't have your computer. So you're taking pictures, you're having these great experiences. And every night before you go to bed, you're like, I'm going to do my daily drop and say what happened today. And I'm going to actually just save it for later. So you'd click here, save drop for later. So when you got back to civilization, you would have 4 unwoven day threads. And what that means is that you did a daily drop for those day threads. So you have your thoughts, your regular journal entry, but you don't have your text messages and your pictures and everything woven in. So when you come back, then you could weave those. Like this one's ready to weave because it has photos and messages. It's ready to weave. Here, it says that, hey, I have what you told me about your daily drop, but I don't have the information off your phone yet. So it says daily drop only. So we've tried to think of all the different ways that people might use this so it could be helpful to them in situations of when they're traveling or when they're not, or, maybe like if you're a little bit all over the place like me, I might only want to journal 1 day a week. So then you can just save it and you can do it all 1 day a week. But this shows you your woven and your unwoven. Those are all of your daily entries. So now that's first person looking forward, right? You're going forward. This is what I did. It's written in the first person. Now, when you come down here, so if you were to choose to weave the past, and now this is not released yet. This is version 2.0 that we're working on right now. But getting very, very close to a beta release. So there are 3 things in weaving the past. There's chapters. So chapters are eras of your life. So if I go in here, it's going to have organized them into different eras of my life, right? So before this, these are just ones I put in here, but like, like growing up in Idaho where I grew up, and then there was high school. So there's probably lots of different eras. So those are chapters, right? And so you can go in and you can read that chapter to see what happened in there. And actually, before a chapter, you actually have to initiate weaving it. So let me go find one that's not woven yet. Let's see. This is Russia. No. Let's see. Okay. So from here, it says weave this chapter because it has the different moments. It's going to identify a bunch of moments in your life. The tiny building blocks of LifeWeaver are moments, right? And out of moments and out of your daily entry in your journal, we make moments. So out of these moments, we make chapters, which are eras. So youth, newly married, kids, empty nesters, all of that. So then you would weave this chapter. So some of these, and if later, like if you were to, okay, so I have a journal from when I lived in Russia. I have a journal that I need to digitize, right? I need to digitize that. I need to scan it in, and then I need to bring it into LifeWeaver. So as soon as I do that, I'm going to have new moments, right? So it'll say new needs update, 5 new moments. So once I bring in that, it's going to have a whole bunch of new moments. So even though you might weave a chapter and you think it's done, and then you bring in new data about your life, then it'll keep updating those chapters, right? So a chapter is just eras of your life. Okay. And they're all with pictures. They're with all of the things. So then we have something called relationship arcs. So typically, relationship arcs, you only really have them with a handful of people. These are like the most important people in your life. Like I would say, Jeff, my 3 babies, my parents, my sisters, just the people who you are most close to. And what that does is anytime that there's a moment or a chapter or a day thread that we talked about, these daily things, anytime any of those have to do, like this one right here. Let's go in here. These are unwoven. Let me go down here. Nope. Where did it go? Right here. Sorry. Those up at the top were examples. So they're not good ones. So anyway, this one with Holly, it says this relation has not appeared in your story yet. So if no data about Holly and I had appeared together yet, then that's what it would say. But otherwise, it will write your arc for you. So this is Jeff and I, and you can read the arc. So it has all the different chapters in here, key moments, all of the things. So this just, it details my relationship with Jeff. And then we have something called time tapestries. So a time tapestry is when you go in and, okay, like Jeff has a really good friend. His name's Joe. And he makes fun of me. That's all he does. Like he doesn't talk to me. If he talks to me, he just makes fun of me. And it's one of the funniest things, one of the funniest relationships I've ever had. It makes me laugh harder than anything. And so literally Joe making fun of me was the inspiration for a time tapestry, because what if we just want to go in and say Joe's, I don't know, humor or whatever. And then I could put in there every time Joe makes fun of me, and I'll tell it to go search for it and it will bring up back, it'll create a time tapestry of all the funny things that he's ever said in text messages with all of our group of friends. And, just so that I can have, I want a highlight of that. Or I want a highlight of all the Christmases. Please write me an overview of all of our Christmases for the last 30 years, whatever. And it can do that for you. It's a high fidelity narrative woven from the dates, events, and themes you select. So this is just a way, because have you ever been at dinner? Jeff's so good at dinner to tell funny stories. And he always, and this is part of the inspiration for LifeWeaver too, because on his phone, is this not true, Jeff? He'll tell a funny story and he'll have the picture right there. He'll tell a funny story, whips it out. It's right there. He's got the picture to go with it. And so I was like, I want to be like Jeff. I want to be able to type something in, tell a funny story, and have the pictures, right? Or if you're having people over, and I don't know if you guys do this, maybe we're weird as a family, but we'll share our screens to the TV, and then we'll watch funny things that we've saved, And so to be able to share stories and have pictures to go with people, it's just really creating the ultimate way to share. Yes, Cindy?
Say hi to Cindy Koppel.
Cindy Koppel!
Yeah.
And yes, Cindy, blog postings. Yeah. She just asked, are you going to be able to bring blog postings into this? Yes. So we're going to be able to, I think, is it X or is it Instagram that doesn't let you? I know Facebook does. So we can go in and get off all of your social media posts and then your blog posts too, right? Because those are things that you wrote. Those are part of your history, right? And the great thing about this is that when I die, I don't hand my kids 1.2 million text messages and 60,000 photos. They don't want that, right? They want something that they can share with their kids. It's going to say, hey, this is who grandma was. It's concise. It's searchable. You can find what you're looking for. This is the entire story. And this is who they were. And we're going to have a legacy plan too, so that when someone passes, that we have a very, that anyone can go in and pay. And for $10 a year, you can keep their story live. We are also going to be connected to Family Search because, this is the reason why specifically I want to do that is in my WhatsApp thread with my mom and my sisters, we'll discuss Grandma Glines or Grandma Wit or my grandpas. And we'll talk about how much we love them and things that we miss about them and all of the special memories that we have. And one day I was like, wouldn't that be cool if you could go in, I could write a time tapestry where it goes in and I could say, Grandma Glines, I want you to write anything that I've said about her. I want to know my whole things. I lived with her in college, her and my grandpa, and I had so many great memories went with them. And I just want to collect all those. And then I want to automatically post those as memories to Family Search. So our integration will be coming with Family Search as well. So we're pretty excited about that. But in a nutshell, that is what LifeWeaver does. It takes your entire digital footprint, whether it's messages or emails, pictures, videos, all of the things, and helps weave into a cohesive, searchable, manageable digital legacy to leave for your kids. Any other questions?
No.
Come on, ask me some questions, guys.
Well, I would just say this is that I would imagine everybody wants to, at some point, probably thinks, I want to write something about my life, to leave it to my kids or something. And it's hard to do. If you're going to sit down and just write a book or something, I just did that for my father, and it's a lot of work. And so this way, it's able to do a lot of it for you. Mm-hmm. And while it's not an exact book, it's you'll be able to leave your mark. Yeah. Oh, and that's another reason why we did this. So Jeff is the best-selling author. Lean in, honey, so they can see how cute you are. He ghost wrote. Is that how you say it? Sure. A book for his father, wrote his biography. His dad's a big business guy, super smart, done a lot of stuff. And so it's been a best-selling book on Amazon in 4 categories. And so when that was happening, I was like, man, everybody deserves to have a biographer
but not everybody can afford that, right? We all deserve to have a biographer. And so thank you so much. She said, this is a wonderful idea. That makes me happy. So anyway, everybody deserves to have a biographer. Now, someone up here said, are we able to weave info from our personal accounts, or can we also scrub the internet for news clips? That's a good idea.
Writing that down.
Writing that down.
That'll be in 2.0. Maybe.
That'll be in 3.0. That'll be in 3.0. That's a great idea. And Rhett, thank you for saying that. I can't scroll up, so I can't see the rest of the.
Let's see.
Can you see any other questions? Do y'all have any other questions for me? Will this work if you totally skip a day, week, or more, establishing a new habit? Yes, yes, yes. Because believe me, like, I'm way behind. I've got to go catch up. Yeah, like you can go back a month later and like, even if you just do your daily drops before you go to bed, or if you don't, it doesn't matter, but you can go back and weave all of those day threads, those daily journals, or you can just say, hey, I just want to weave the last month, right? I just want high level, I want to weave the last month. Like, what did I do the last month? Jeff and I have always been really good at keeping a good family calendar. So we have listed like all the trips we've taken, all of that stuff, but I'm going to write it down. So keep your calendars up to date about what you do. And that will help also for it to know you and who and what. And I tell you what, like, this is like version 4.0, but don't we need the capability to have people contribute? Like, okay, so we're going to have a Christmas party. There should be the ability for people to contribute to an event, and then that day thread to be kind of like a collaboration between people, so that you can really capture it with all the people that were there. So I was trying to read at the same time. Will this live session stay on your site so we can come back and review all you have shared today? Cindy, you're so sweet. Yeah, it'll be on. Yes, they stay live, so you can come and watch it. So we're very excited. I love that some of you had some great ideas, like searching the internet for information. Like, that's a really great idea, to be able to get all of those in. We have to think about that. But my email is Marisa, Marisa, at lifeweaver.ai. And I read all my messages. So if you have any questions or suggestions, you can also email me. What about gifting it? Can you do this for others without them knowing? I don't think so, because you'd have to have access to their phone, privacy. You would have to, but you could give them a gift card or something. My calendar is my life. If it's not there, I'm very likely to space it out. Me too. But are you to the point where you have to set alarms? Because I'm very likely, if I don't set alarm, I'm not showing up to a meeting. Like, I try to look in the morning on my calendar. I got all these things today. I'm going to set all my alarms. That's where I am now. So yeah, the calendar is a good, yeah, the lifeboat. What else, Jeff? Holly, you think of anything else? Where'd she go?
That's it.
We're good.
Nothing.
Okay.
Come back in January. We're going to have more updates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to do this again in January. So we'd love for you to join us then. And please follow along. You can follow us. I have been a serial entrepreneur, so I had a bunch of Facebook pages, Facebook groups. And so Jeff just said, I'd like to see more Jeff. Okay. Next time we'll show more Jeff. But anyway, so I converted one of my pages, because I've had a long relationship. I had a women's boutique for like 10 years. And a furniture store. So I converted it to our LifeWeaver page. So follow us along on there. You can follow me on X. It's Marisa Types Fast. Because I don't play the piano. I took piano lessons for 15 years, and all I do is type fast now. So thank you, Natalie. We think it's pretty fun too. We're pretty excited for RootsTech. So everybody have a great day, and we'll see you in January again. And thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later.